interesting is it's the question you're just saying, which is if this floor is this co-create environment, and you want to realize that from the minute you arrive in it, then we can introduce it earlier on, or it can only be in this in the other area. So those are the.
Go ahead, say your thought first. I can't think we disagree with each other, but no, I mean, for me, it's like a teasing all the way through, right, until you get. But if you're going to do that by, I mean, the most banal way, which I hope you wouldn't come up with, is like, just put some screens and you start to see the forest as you get into the woods.
No,
but
we wouldn't do that.
So we also have to be very careful that. I'm balancing lots of users in my head, right? So co-create is just one, right? So and I get the need and the digital. That's why I'm like, the co-create can organically spill out, right? But we're not going to do one floor of like funky hip, loft space, and then the other floor of boardroom. So there's going to be some cohesion in that design, and maybe once you're behind the wall of the co-create, we can go extreme on the design.
Right, but are all the workshop rooms and all those things part of one? Is that whole floor part of one idea, or is it a shared?
No, it's all shared, right? So it's not. For me, there's spill out of the co-create. I mean, we've got some that I think we're laying out with sofas and stuff, and we're going to put flexible furniture in the others to move around. So if we do technology, whatever we discussed at the beginning, right? For that to be projected across all the screens, but even for me, you can project that across the whole office, right? Why stop at the conversion center, for example, right? I mean,
well, no, it's just figuring out what the assignment is. Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah. But that's why for me the assignment is the co-create academy, right? Because we have a delivery day.
I think it starts when you walk into the lounge.
Yeah. Okay.
So listen, because if you're successful, then it's going to spill out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right? We're going to figure it out.
I'm not trying to contain you, but I am just conscious that we, like you guys, are going to get super distracted, and I'll be really honest with you. One of the reasons we picked you as opposed to AVI is they went like this, right? You guys were very specific.
Tad.
You meant Tad.
Yeah, Tad.
No. Tad. He didn't even notice.
No, I thought we got rid of us. But you really understood it. You went really specific, right? So let's solve issue one.
Yep.
And the rest will come organically. But if you say, right, to be, we've got this cool screen, so when you break out into a room that's not in the Co-Create Academy, if you were to put this technology in, then this would be able to link to that. Great, bring it in, and I'm sure possibly will.
So you made a comment earlier about one space being hip, another floor being more corporate, and I'm hearing a little bit different from him. So is their scope going to, their co-create scope in that open space, that very unique, custom, even everything in common space, lobby areas. But the smaller conference rooms, you can only do so much in smaller conference rooms.
That's not our.
No, so I think that it's easy.
Without sharing.
So where I was leading with this is, do we need to look at the other floor and start to implement, what we call McKinsey standards, with the ability to overflow from the co-create space, to receive overflow feeds from the co-create
space. I think we've already talked on that just briefly, which was we've got spaces, AV spaces, that haven't been defined yet because at the time we were going to leave it all up to ESI in this case to do those two spaces, but I don't know that we can't have AVI-SPL do those smaller rooms within that same space, right? I mean, those rooms haven't been defined yet, and they kind of need to be.
Or just, we just work together on it.
Look at this plan here.
Please.
Yeah, if you're looking at, like, let's say that you've got 3 little small conference rooms in between the two, and if you want those to be fed from the larger academy space, great. If not, let's get the standards set so that we can start planning that as well.
Yeah. So let me ask a question about being fed, that whole piece about being fed, because, listen, what I think that these guys are going to do for us is create this platform of technology that we can use, and yes, it's going to be specific to have solutions specific to that area for the screens and stuff, but I could see us, whether it's on the network or whatever, that we could grab some of those tools and use it in those rooms. Right. So if you have to do something in those rooms to the equipment, like, then we should, I think we should explore that. But my question is, what would that be? Because we're going to have network and we're going to have whatever else, unless you're saying that there has to be some kind of direct feed. I mean, that's...
The way I look at it is, with the 5 floors you guys have, you have one true video conference room. That's scary to me, knowing how many conference spaces you guys have.
What do you mean one?
Why wouldn't we have one video?
And it's a McKinsey VC room. It's a dual TV VC room. Okay, so if you look through all the floors, there's one room built big enough to support 2 TVs and a video conference.
Outside of the 2 conference center spaces.
Outside the 2 conference centers. So as I look at the conference center space, I see a couple more larger rooms.
We have a trio in every single...
Yeah,
He's talking about the typical
it's a
McKinsey
different.
setup, though.
The trio it's web conferencing. Okay, it is not web conferencing, video conferencing.
Is it HD?
It's HD, but a webcam is a webcam. A Logitech webcam on top of a TV is still a Logitech webcam. Some of the rooms will have Logitech, some will have pan tilt zoom. It is not the quality of the true Group 500, Group 700 dual video conferencing.
So just let me ask you, sorry to bore you guys, but why couldn't we just put an eagle eye camera on it? If it's HD, it's HD.
You could put Group 300s, and we could start shifting some of those some of the smaller room types with Group 300s and cameras, which we could certainly do. But where my conversation was going is there a need for more dual TV video conference rooms?
But the video conferencing we only use within ourselves, right? Because none of our clients can patch into our own systems. Is that right? Or
That's not true.
Yeah, there's a
VC
VMR.
Now, the VC Now links go directly to clients.
no, VC now, but not. But what I mean.
But I mean, technically, I should be able to do VC Now from this room with our clients.
But when you're saying HD, it's just our camera that happens to be HD. We're still seeing them on their little fiddly cameras.
It just depends who you're talking to. Like, if you called our office, it'd be HD. If you called Cisco, it'd be HD. If you called, most of your customers are HD in 2018-17.
Let's take this one offline.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
sorry.
we can talk about this later.
Yes, we should have more video.
Yes. Yes.
But,
All right, we can talk about this piece later.
sure.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, I just
but
think that the piece that we just need to figure out is if there's a workshop in here, and then people go into breakout rooms here, they're going to have to be linked.
Are those breakout rooms, or are those?
Well,
No, they are.
They were in
Those
the
are-
offices.
No, those are breakouts.
Well, no,
That's
no,
what I
no,
would consider a
well,
breakout.
That's just
This is not the Co-Create Academy floor, right? This is the conference and
Exactly.
convergence center floor of which the Co-Create Academy has a corner. Now, will there be flexibility to break out in these rooms? Yes, but also they will do a lot of their breakouts within their space. Like,
yes, I understand that. I just
Yes.
all I was saying was if we're going to do it, that's the only.
right? No, sorry. I beg your pardon. Don't get me wrong. Right? I'm obviously seeing dollar signs. But at the same time, and sorry, my caveat to myself is if you find us a way, like Mark says, right? If we have a platform where every screen in our system can use your technology and then be connected to the. I mean, I don't know how this technology is going to evolve in 5 years, right? And other solutions. So I think your question also, right, is yes, just go with the McKinsey standard for the moment, right? Because these are normal rooms, but at the same time,
we should have a conversation soon and
Yeah.
talk about whether, do they all want to have touch screens? Like there might be some simple things like that we can put in there that will enable us to extend a whiteboarding session into one of these rooms using some of the tools that we
Off the shelf
developed.
technology in those spaces. Maybe.
Right. So the need is for
Yeah.
touchscreen in all the rooms. The problem is they don't have a standard right now, and their standard is potentially going to be hubs. So we're working. Those things are
also
evolving
you guys
right
told us
now.
about something
Okay.
you can project on a wall, and the wall becomes touchscreen.
That's right.
Sure.
I mean, so all these things. Or what about projectors? Or what about? So all we need to know right now is power and data. Right? If I'm not.
Right, except
even
that-
more.
Except for projection. Projection to the center.
Yeah,
say power in the same
you could
location.
do a floor-to-ceiling video wall
Right.
with remote power that's completely different than.
It's true.
I mean,
It's
it's-
true.
You guys aren't even close to power and data right now, or
No, we're
wall
not.
recesses,
No.
or I mean, I'm with them.
We're
Like,
not doing wall recess.
well, no, but some of it you may have to recess if you do floor-to-ceiling video walls. You have to recess it for ADA if you do seamless bezel or any type of pull-out mounts. So I'm knowing where these guys are going. Until they have all the list of the needs and truly absorb it all, they can't even begin to put something in front of you for technology.
No,
Uh,
we're
I
not
mean,
there yet. We're still discovering.
My mind's
Yeah.
still blown too
Yeah, I
hearing
mean,
all
you've
this.
got a
Like,
couple of
where do we
days.
go?